All right, calculating daily balance. This is chapter 4, section 5 in the financial algebra book. Our objectives: calculate the average daily balance using the credit calendar and calculate the finance charge using the credit calendar. So first of all, let's talk about what a credit calendar is. So a credit calendar is a method of finding the average daily balance of a credit card. It's just a kind of hands-on way, visual way of doing it. I've got all of the directions written out down here in case you need to go through them while you're working on your homework. I'm going to actually do an example with Alina Key's, or K I should say, credit card statement right here. So let's first look at what the credit calendar looks like. This is a credit calendar. It's just a bunch of boxes. It's got 7 across and 5 down. So there's a total of 35 boxes here. So your first step when you are filling out your credit calendar is you want to see how many days are in the billing cycle. So if we look back at her statement, down here it says the number of days in billing cycle is 31. So the first thing we're going to do is go to our credit calendar and we're going to cross off any extra boxes we don't need, because it does have 35 boxes. So we don't need 4 of them. So 7, 14, 21, 28, 29, 30, 31. All right, so we don't need those last boxes, so we can just cross them out. Excuse me. All right, so next step, we're going to look and find our billing cycle, our billing date. So the billing date is the last day of our billing cycle. For this example, it's November 30th. So that's the date we're going to put here in our last box. So it was November 13th. November 13th. All right, so then we're going to fill out our calendar backwards with the dates. So 13, then 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. All right, so we've gotten to the beginning of November. Now we're going to go to the end of February, the end of October, which has 31 days. So 31, 30, 29, 28. And we're just going to keep filling backwards the dates until we get to the very first box. 3, 22, 21, 19, 18, 17, 16, 15, 14. So October 14th was the first date of our billing cycle. All right, so now we've got all of our dates filled out on our credit calendar. Our next step is we're going to take our list of transactions and we're going to place them on our credit calendar. You'll notice on October 25th, we had a charge of $67. So I'm going to go to my calendar on October 25th and put plus $67 because we charged $67 to our credit card on that date. Our next one is October 29th. We had a charge for $55. So I'm going to go to October 29th on my calendar and I'm going to put plus $55. And then lastly, we've got November 5th was a payment and it's a minus $160. So I'm going to go to the 5th, minus $160. All right, so we've listed all of our credits and debits. Excuse me. All right, so now we need to fill out our boxes. So we're going to start with our previous balance, which was $8.29.30, and that's going to go in the very first box of our calendar. So our previous balance, $8.29.30. All right. So looking at our calendar, we can see that up for the first, week and then 4 days, our total is $829 and 30 cents. It doesn't change. All right, so then when we get to this charge, we're going to add it on to our previous balance. So we see our previous balance was $829 and 30 cents, and we on the 25th made a charge of $67. So now our new total is $896 and 30 cents. So $896 and 30 cents is our new balance. All right, so then it stays that balance for a few days. And then on the 29th, we make another charge for $55. So I'm going to, from our previous total, I'm going to add $55. So $951 and 30 cents. All right, then for the next week, it stays that balance. And then on the 5th, we made a payment. So this time I'm going to subtract off $160. And that gives us $791 and 30 cents. $791.30. And then there were no other charges or payments, so that just goes to the end of the month. And so now what we can do is we can actually physically count on our calendar how many days it was at this balance, and then how many days it was this balance, and this balance, and this balance, to figure out our average daily balance. So example 1 says to determine the finance charge for Elena's billing cycle. So to be able to figure out our finance charge, we first have to figure out what our average daily balance was. So let's look at our calendar. We had, let's count our boxes, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11 days. 11 days where it was $829.30. All right, so then it was 1, 2, 3, 4 days where the balance was $896.30. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 days where the balance was $951.30. And then lastly, we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 days where it was $791.30. All right, so that's what we've got. I'm going to make sure I have 31 days there. 11 plus 4 plus 7 plus 9 is 31. Okay, so that's 31 days. All right, so we're going to divide by 31 to get our average daily balance, just like we did in our last section. All right, so let's plug this into our calculator. We've got 11 days at $829.30. And we had 4 days at $896.30. 7 days at $951.30. And 9 days at $791.30. So that gives me 2,648,830 divided by 31. And I get an average daily balance of $854.46. So there's her average daily balance. Calculated that using our credit calendar. So now that we know that, we can figure out her finance charge. So if we look back at her statement, you'll see here that her monthly periodic rate was 1.415%. So for finance charge, we're going to do our average daily balance times 1.415%, so 0.01415. All right, so 854.46 times 0.01415 is $12.09. So her finance charge, $12.09. And that's using a credit calendar. So we're going to do one more example together of filling out the calendar and then using it to calculate average balance and the monthly finance charge. Example 2. Use the statement to the right and a credit calendar to calculate the daily average balance for the month and the finance charge. Alright, so remember, first thing you do is look at your number of days in the billing cycle. This one has 30 days. So let's cross off the dates we don't need. So that's 7, 14, 21, 28, 29, 30. So we've got 5 extra dates here that we're not using. All right, our statement billing date was May 5th. May 5th. So let's put that in our last box, May 5. We're going to work our way back. 4, 3, 2, 1. That takes us back into April. April has just 30 days. So 30, 29, 28, 27, 26, 25, 24, 23. Just keep going until you reach the very first box. 17, 16, 15, 14, 13, 12, 11, 10, 9, 8, 7, 6. So May 6th, no, April, sorry, that's April. April 6th is the first day of our billing cycle. Okay, so now let's put on our transactions. On the 7th, we have a charge to Macy's for, it says, $676. So plus $676. Okay, and then we had on April 15th, Bedford Auto Body Shop for $721.80. So the 15th plus $721.80. Our next one's on the 19th, Barnes & Noble's for $93.15. So on the 19th plus $93.15. Then on the 27th, there's a payment for $1,340. So on the 27th, we're going to say minus 1340. The 30th, FedEx for $115.75. So plus $115.75. And lastly, Ticketmaster on the 3rd for $450.95. So plus $450.95. All right, so there's all of our transactions listed on our calendar. And now we're going to start again by putting our previous balance in the very first box. Our previous balance was $978. So that goes here on April 6th. So $978. All right. So now let's figure out how many days for what balance. So we just had one day at 978. And then the next day we did a charge. So let's add that together. 978 plus 676. That's $1,654. So $1,654. And we don't have another transaction until the 15th. All right, so on that date we add on $721.80. So that gives us $2,375 and 80 cents. And then that's our balance up until the 19th, where we have another charge. So plus $93.15. It's $2,400 $468.95. And then we had that balance for a week, or 8 days. Then we had our payment, so minus 1340. That's going to be $1,128.95. That balance goes to 30th when we had a charge of $115.75. So $12.44.70. We have that one for a couple days, and then another charge for $450.95, and that gives us $16.95.65. So $16.95.65, and that was our balance for the rest of the statement period. All right, so there's our table all filled out. So now we're going to go through and figure out what our average daily balance was. All right, so we had one day at $9.78. We had, let's see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days. So 8 days at $1,654. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4 days at $2,375.80. And then we had 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8 days at $2,468.95. All right, so now we're here. So we had 1, 2, 3 days at $1,128.95. And then we had 1, 2, 3 days at $1,244.70. And 1, 2, 3 days at $1,695.65. Okay, so those are all of our dates. I'm going to make sure that's 30 days because our billing cycle was 30 days. 1 plus 8 plus 4 plus 8 plus 3 plus 3 plus 3 is 30, so that's 30 days. Okay. All right, so now we're going to plug this into our calculator and see what we get, and that answer will end up dividing by 30 to find our average. So we had one day at $9.78, 8 days at $16.54, 4 days at $23.75.80, 8 days at $24.68.95, plus 3 days at $11.28.95, plus 3 days at $12.44.70, plus 3 days at $16.95.65. All right, so that gives me a total of $55,672.70. We had 30 days in that billing period, so we're going to divide by 30. And that gives us an average daily balance of $1,855.76. All right, so there is our average daily balance. $1,855.76. Okay. All right, so now that we have that, we can figure out our finance charge. Up here on our statement, we see down here that our monthly periodic rate was 1.65%. So to figure out our finance charge, we're going to do our average daily balance, multiply it by 0.0165 because it's 1.65%. So $18.56 times 0.0165 is $30.62. 30.62. So there's your finance charge. All right, so there's using a credit calendar. If you have any questions, just a reminder that I have office hours daily from 9:30 to 10. The link to the Zoom meeting will be in my Google Classroom daily. You can also contact me through email. Through email or through Snapchat if you have my Snapchat.